Right, I'm just going to do a little video demonstrating how to clean out the Wagner Finish Control xvlp 5000. So I've just used this on a little project on some furniture. Please look out for the video if you've not already seen it. So the paint is still in. First thing I need to do is switch the machine off, make sure there's no power getting to it. First thing I need to do is unscrew like so. What I'll do is I'll get some paint. I've got 2 buckets here. Unlike cleaning out an airless sprayer that requires a 3-bucket cleaning system, we just need 2 here because this is completely different from an airless. In a way it's easier. So I'll just pour some of the water out of the big tub into the smaller tub, because what we're going to do is we need to undo like so, like a HVLP. If you're already aware of how they dismantle and clean up, these are very similar, because what we don't need to do is drain out the pump or drain out the hose from paint, because there's been no paint going through a hose or through a pump. It's completely different technology. What happens is it's just basically air that is pushed through the air hose, and where it meets the paint, which is in this container in the gun, and that's when it basically atomizes and comes out of the gun. I couldn't think of the word then. Yeah, it's atomization. So where the air meets the material, it atomizes it, pushes it out in a fine spray. So what we're doing is, first thing we need to do is we need to empty all the paint back into the tin where it came from. Now that can just go in there for now. The paint can then be poured back. Like so. Just get the brush, any excess, just get as much out as you possibly can. Like so. So that's that drained. We were using this earlier. Get the paint out of this as well. Waste not, want not. That'll do. Right, so that's all the paint back in. So that's that. So what I want to do now is I just want to give everything a quick rinse out. You may need a few tools. I've got this brush here, toothbrushes that are used for cleaning, that's handy to get in little tight areas, and also one of these, which is useful to get down the tubes that I'll be showing you. And right, so let's crack on with it. So first things first, get the brush in there. We're just doing a rough clean first. Just to get the majority of the paint, the excess paint off. And then I just want to put that down to one side. Same with this one. It's a water-based product, so we'll clean with just cold water. If you can manage to get rid of some warm water or soapy warm water, it'll be even quicker. So give it a bit of a scrub. I will be giving this a rinse again, but I want to get the majority of the paint off the exterior of it. The important thing is the internal parts, so I just want to do this roughly for now, like so. What I'll do is I'll get the brush in there again. Now on the inside of that, rummage around. If you look in there now, that's not far off. That just needs a bit more of a rinse. But we're going to do it in a couple of stages to get it really clean. I'm going to leave that to one side. I'll just do that under the tap later. So stick some more in. Now this time we're going to get the gun apart. So first of all, take this out, and then we can start taking these bits off. So this bit here unscrews, that comes off, that comes off, and if you're doing this for the first time, remember the order in which you took them off and you put them on the same. So we'll just getting each bit off. It's nice and tight, as it should be. See in there, so you've got all the paint. You don't want paint to dry in there, so all these bits can go in. Now this bit can be dipped in. And get onto the gun. So again, the outside of the gun, where the needle is there, just give it a, you don't have to take the needle out every single time when this is cleaned. Right, so this is where we get this little tool and we get it all the way inside. Get it as far down as you can. Any deposits in there that have started drying, and they will start drying really quickly, you need to get them out. So I'm going to give that one more rinse. That'll do for the second rinse. And what we'll do now is just make sure all these are clean. This needs to go in here as well. It's actually been a long time since I've actually cleaned this out. It's been a long time since I've used this XVLP. It must be 12 months. And you do forget a little bit, and you soon comes back to you again, but you have to second think everything. It's not like using it every day, but these are pretty self-explanatory. Do you know what I mean? It is a lot of common sense. Just take your time. If you do forget at any point, stand back, think about it logically. It is quite, with spray machines, it is quite self-explanatory really. You kind of suss things out yourself. So let's, you know, fish all these bits out. Cleaning them one by one. Let's have a look at that. And please don't be tempted to like leave a bit of paint anywhere. I mean, if you did that every single time you clean this out, you'd end up with it building up, and then you've got an issue. So I'd say just try and get every single bit of paint off every time you clean this out. Yeah, it does take longer, but then you're going to spend less time pissing about with it when you come to use it again, setting it up, because any bit of dry paint anywhere in the way, it's going to affect the machine. Feel a bit greasy, this. So I think that'll do for the second clean. And what I'll do is, so ideally warm water, warm soapy water, and leave them to soak for a while, and that's even better. The cap is quite easy to clean. Just get in there. Right, so we'll get in there. Right, so there you go. There's all the bits. Now I'm going to give this another rinse out. You get the message, don't you? So what I don't want to do in this video is spend more time than necessary. So I'll give you an idea on how it's done. So when you're happy with what's come out, just get the brush in there. Now, so I just want one more thorough clean now, so I'll just give this bucket a bit of a brush round. Get rid of this paint. So these can just go in here now, and they will just soak before I do my final clean, like so. Yeah, just remember, take a note. If it's the first time you've done this, make a note of the order in which you took these off. I mean, I'll quickly show you actually. So, I mean, I've got to give this gun another rinse. It's basically, this one goes underneath here. Metal one goes on first. Sorry. This one goes on first, like so. The metal one goes in place like this. Make sure that is at the top. Push to one side like so. You know that's in the right place there. And then this one, then see that there, that has to go. So you're screwing it on, so get a start on it. There you go. Right, so that was moved. So if you screw that on now as it is, undo it, there you go, make sure that's over it, there you go. So it is a bit awkward getting this back on. Keep hold of this bit and tighten the brown bit like so. That's securely in place. Just make sure that still works. So that is how it goes on basically, and then the cup goes back on. So anyway, I hope that's been useful. Please give it a like if it has. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, everybody. There's loads more videos to come. Take care of yourselves. All the best. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.